नहीं कूड़ो मारे रांड इग्यार बजे
किसी वो बैठा कर बैठा 11 बजे तो मंची रोटी कड़ी मंची पानी ठाकना पानी बोतल दी
भाई
रोज तू ना तो आगे हुआ ले
ले बैठा है वो कुबिया नहीं
गोविंदा में टून डाउन डायलॉग दे
आई के
Hi, it's me again, broadcasting to you live from inside of my mosquito net here in beautiful, bustling Delhi. I've been in and out of the city a lot in the past month of October, visiting different cities in Rajasthan. First was for my mid-semester break, which was about 2 weeks or so. Second was to spend Diwali with a family that I had met in Bikaner. And third was for the giant camel festival that they have in Pushkar. I had some really, really amazing experiences there and some nice videos and photos to go with it. So I thought instead of just sitting in front of the camera the whole time for this blog, I'd take a bit of a different approach and narrate over some of the images. So without further ado, let's start with something special that happened in Delhi just before my departure, the Ram Leela. The Ram Leela is a live outdoor performance of one of the great, great Hindu epics called the Ramayana, which tells the story of Lord Ram, who's banished to the forest for over 14 years, goes on this quest to find his kidnapped wife, and he finally returns to Ayodhya, where he becomes king. The dialogue is broadcast all over the entire fairground, so you have plenty of time to roam around, grab some street food, gulab jamun, kulfi, lassi, chai, or even pan masala. It's like a flavored chewing tobacco that comes wrapped in a betel leaf. There's also a midway, so once you get your tickets, you can go take a ride on Ferris wheels, swinging pirate ships, and other fast-moving objects. Safety precautions are pretty minimal, same as bars and rules. So if you manage to not fall off, you're going to have a really great time. We definitely did. The first city that I went to in Rajasthan was called Jodhpur, and it's nicknamed the Blue City after the color of many of the buildings there. It's also the namesake of the riding pants that we know as Jodhpurs. Besides that, it has an incredible fort and lots of really beautiful temples as well. Up next was Jaisalmer. It's a town that's really close to the border of Pakistan, and it's sitting just on the edge of the Thar Desert as well, so the climate is quite warm and arid. I was unfortunately sick for a few of the days that we were there, but I did manage to capture this man playing an instrument in one of the forts. Please excuse the poor video quality. When I'm shooting, I tend to not actually look in the viewfinder because real life is always better, but I hope you enjoy it. The last stop on our mid-semester break was a city called Bikaner, which is really close to Jaisalmer and is also just situated on the edge of the Thar Desert. We did a little bit of a camel safari into the desert, and we were actually spending the night out in the open desert on the night of the full blood moon, which was very, very spectacular. One of my most memorable experiences from my time in Bikaner was a visit that I made to a Hindu temple that's just outside the city in an area called Deshnok. It's called the Karni Mata Temple. Its devotees are members of the Charan caste, and the temple is home to over 40,000 rats, which was something to see. They're taken care of, they're fed, they're watered. The devotees make sure that they stay in good health. In particular, it's considered very lucky to see a white rat because it's believed to be an incarnation of Karni Mata herself. If you do go in the temple, watch your feet. Anyone who does step on one of the rats is obliged to replace it with a replica that's made of solid gold. October ended up being a perfect time to go because there were plenty of giant desert beetles and big rooms full of bats to get us in the Halloween spirit. The second time I returned to Bikaner was to spend the Hindu festival of Diwali with the Rajput family that I had met there on my previous trip. I felt so welcome not just to be included in the religious activities of the festival, but also more of the leisure activities as well, because on Diwali people let off so many fireworks. Even the days preceding the festival and afterwards, all you can hear are blasts coming from around the houses. It was really like nothing I'd ever seen before. Unfortunately, it also leads to a lot of environmental pollution. So as I was looking up the weather in Delhi just before coming home, I was surprised to see that the weather was calling for smoke. I arrived in Delhi in time to catch the Diwali celebrations that our hostel was having. These images are of Rangoli. They're really colorful designs made of multicolored sand and different flower petals. They're illuminated by clay oil lamps, and they're generally put at the entrances to buildings, and they're symbols of auspicious beginnings and good luck.